Rana, and welcome to FM Tahiti. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you're all ready for the start of a new season, the 27-28 season. So we're getting into our 9th season, soon to be closing in on the 10th in this kind of game world, which will be quite fun when we get to that point. Our very first match is against AS Chance. So AS Chance are the ones with a kind of superb youth team with various superstar players. The first one I pick's not particularly superstar, but he's good. He'd get in our squad. Look at that. I don't even know how to say that name. Ivonic Vigler? Yeah, that'll do. Ivonic Vigler. Or Vonnie Vigler. He looks pretty decent. He looks alright as well. They're just a good team that's producing good youth prospects. They've won the title in the past. They can't get into continental competition because they're not a full senior side, but they're playing against the big boys, so we've got them. It's a good chance they'll beat us for various different reasons. But obviously what's happened in the off-season, so the last video was a kind of season summary. What's going to be going on transfer-wise? What's our situation? Well, I'll show you our situation. I'll show you a few surprise things as well. So if we go to our transfer history, pretty active. So first of all, let's get rid of, well, see who we got rid of. We got rid of Gaetan Kempf. Now, he meets some of our kind of key attributes for the tactics we play, but actually he always performed really badly, and I don't know if there's some kind of hidden attribute or hidden trait going on there, but he was never a reliable defender. I might regret getting rid of him because he does have some good attributes, but someone came in for him, and it's always kind of telling when you get those social media kind of news items where someone says they're willing to drive him all the way to Madre de Dios, partly because that would involve going across the sea. So they really wanted to get rid of him. In terms of who we brought in Teo Huet, who played for us in the Marquesas Islands. Attacking midfielder who can also play up front at a push. Generally pretty good, got some good traits like knocking the ball past the opponent and things like that. For goalkeepers, we've got Porter Spiky. Again, attribute-wise, doesn't look very good, but he's meant to be as good as Charpentier and maybe better. So he's rated slightly above him in equal stars, but rated above him. He's played in the Premiership for Motu 1. He's got experience. He's not got a huge amount of clean sheets to his name, but he's okay. Luckman Chidi did come to the club. Attributes-wise, he might not look like he's the most amazing, but what am I doing? 16 goals last season in the Championship. He scored 5, he scored 9. He's good, and he's all the way over from Spain. I don't know what his sort of nationality information is. I don't think. Oh no, he could. So yeah, he's Spanish, Nigerian, and Basque. So he's not going to get called up to the Basque side because Basque side doesn't exist in the game, unfortunately. He's not completed enough days yet, but eventually he could be eligible for Tahiti. Got Jean-Baptiste Moreau. Again, not amazing, but we need to cover in there. He's a bit expensive wage-wise, but he could get better. Got Fred Sabawa, who's cover in defence. We've got Logan Frey to go on the right. I think he came from Taha or something like that, or Bora Bora. Well, he used to play for Bora Bora. No, he did, so he was on loan at Spearheads in the Premiership. Got 7 assists in the Premiership, so he should be good cover or rotation on the right. We've got William Ngatoka, who is a Gambier international, 23 caps, 2 goals. Played for Bangor Vines, played for Tuamotun, played for Mangareva. He's got some experience, some goals, but he's back up and cover. I don't think he's going to improve too much. I don't think he'll be with us much beyond this season. We just needed a few more bodies. Goalkeeper-wise, we've got Benjamin Pujol, again, who looks like he might be quite good. He's actually improved a lot since he arrived. Again, he's rated as the same as these others. Played for the Sky Brights, played for Tupai. Again, not an amazing record, but Ahmed Smith, that Austral Island keeper that we looked at, he wanted 1.5k. That's the easiest way to say it, per week, which not only was well over 10%, it's almost 20% of our weekly wage. We couldn't offer that anyway. I tried to negotiate him down to 800, which is what we could afford with add-ons or things, and just threw tantrum. Refused to talk to us, so he can go away. No one's picked him up yet, as far as I'm aware. But that's our goalkeeping covered. Paul Cox, we've got to cover on the right. Australese, he looks okay. He used to play for Dubai, he used to play for Union Rimatara, played for Huahine. Decent enough. Daniel Holt is a backup. He's our kind of youth prospect. Used to play for Rurutu and was released as part of the youth intake. He's got the potential to be much better than all our other keepers, so there's a good chance I'm going to try and either rotate him in, or the moment the other keepers stop doing the job, he's coming in, just to get him developed. Nick Higgins, Australese player as well, used to play for Rurutu ages ago, but he's just another body in midfield. Didn't get rid of too many transfer-wise, but obviously we released players. Ruiz, O'Leary, Tarapo, I don't think any of them have been picked up. Like I said before, it's always kind of reassuring when you get rid of a player and no one else picks them up. So the squad's looking okay. You see these internationals, the Atoll Championships going on. But I think we've got enough cover across the board now. I'm quite happy with what we've got. But in terms of interesting things, so first of all, we're predicted to finish 13th. So we're actually predicted to survive. Rurutu are the favourites to win the title. They're evens for this one. But we're expected to survive, which was good, but kind of just. We're not expected to do particularly well, but we are expected to survive, apparently. In terms of kind of players, I found lots of really good players that have been released by a lot of these other clubs across the different island chains as well. So some from the Bass Islands, from Tuamotun, some from Marquesas, some from Tahiti. There's a good range of players, able to find them, but either they weren't interested, they didn't think the squad was strong enough, or they wanted $2,000 or something ridiculous. So we couldn't get them. But I think maybe next season we'll be able to compete for those kind of players. So if we can stay in the Premiership, I'm reasonably confident we will now we've got that squad, then might be able to really strengthen. So I think this season might be kind of stability. Next season will be maybe challenging for the title. Some interesting things happen though. So you got the Humpbacks. Let's look what happened with their kind of transfer history. So if you look at the players that have gone out, Yanin. First of all, they released Yanin on a free. That's probably why when we looked at him last, he wasn't worth that much. But he's still really good. Huge record. But Taha picked him up. And I think this is a massive mistake for the Humpbacks. Not just because I obviously love Yanin. But look at that goal scoring record, and now Taha have got him. They've also lost Johan Andre. He's amazing. No one's picked him up yet because he just probably wants too much money. But I'm going to keep an eye on him. They got rid of Zoran Florjanic, who's a good player. I think he's a really decent defender. But now he's been signed by who? Signed by Dob in the Slovenian second league. So he's found a home. He came over here. He went from Maribor to Tahiti, had a holiday for a couple of seasons, then went back to Slovenia. And then they've lost a lot of youth players there. Or Joseph Dunn on a loan. We tried to loan one of their players. They brought in Sam Porter. He was one of the players we were looking for. He's really good. But when I say he looks good, when you just cast your eye over him, you see lots of greens, some high numbers. But I've noticed this in one of my other saves, actually. Every now and again, you seem to get these kind of free kick freaks or, set piece, dead ball freaks. If you look at what he's good at, technically. He's good at corners, he's good at free kicks, he's good at long throws, and he's good at penalty taking. He's not actually good at anything else. I mean, he's for the league he's playing in, 7 tackling, marking 9, heading 5. They're all on the lower side, but they're not terrible. We've had worse play for us. But he's like a set piece monster. And I've noticed this in other saves. Sometimes you get like a defender coming through with just weird set piece attributes. I've not noticed enough to log it as a bug, but it has kind of piqued my interest. You've got Tibau Pinau. He doesn't look great, but again, he's getting our side. They've got Jerome de la Terra, who again looks okay, getting our side, but I think Humpbacks can do better. Julien Tournier, I think, is rubbish. He'd get in our side again now. Mara Newman, we looked at, we were trying to get, but they got him. And Clement Caron, that they have paid a record for. So first of all, Clement Caron's good. Imagine him and Yanin and Gerard all up front together. That's the strike force. They've spent 140,000 up front, and potentially goes up to 425,000. That's an insane fee, but that's finally some money coming into the league. The downside is they've paid it to a team that can only sign players that are under 21 or under 23, I think it is. So they've not sent it to a senior team that are going to be spending lots of money, generally. If we look at the kind of transfer window, the best way to do it, this way, go by fee, and there's been some big money. So the Humpbacks have spent quite a bit. So they got Jerome de la Terre in for 275,000. Clement Caron is 140. He technically is higher with the add-ons. Taha, oh no, these all went to the Humpbacks. So Humpbacks have spent outright 300. Getting off about 500,000 up front, and 750,000, well, almost 800,000-900,000 total. Huahine spent about 23, Manuel spent 9, Tetera, Moria, Manuel, they're all putting a little bit of money in, but this is the transfer market shifting. The Humpbacks are pumping money in. I've not seen the kind of trickle-on effect from this. Because Huahine made their transfer before the De La Terra one, I think, so it's getting there. It's interesting. It's getting there. One of the things I also noticed is if we go to the Humpbacks, go to their transfer history, go all the way back to the start, just some of the release players have left, gone on. Narendonna's still in the game as a scout. He doesn't particularly like us, so I don't think he'll come to us. Darren Chant, who was one of our really good defenders, is the chief scout now at the Tuamotun Island Exiles. James Manuel, who was, I think, was he right winger? I think he's a right winger. He's an assistant manager, and he used to be the Turtungegi Wings manager, and then he was the Mayau manager. Jordan Chisholm is now director of football, but he used to manage, so he's our striker, but he managed the Corallers and the Exiles and Maupti, and now he's gone on to be director of football. Sorry, just smacking my microphone around. Phil Douglas is still doing stuff. Paul Pons is worth 1.4 million, playing over in Al Riyadh. I think that's about it. This is the one that triggered all of this, me looking around. Seth Waite is now the manager of the Rapper Feral Cats. I can't talk today, sorry. Holds me in the highest regard. Waite was really good. That's his first management job. So he went from Humpbacks to the Spearheads, and now he's managing the Feral Cats, so hopefully they do well. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you that, because that's quite cool. But we should probably get on with the match now, shouldn't we? It's the first game of the season. As you can see here, got some internationals. We should have enough to put a squad together, because we've got enough players in there. But we have lost a few key ones. So let's go across the match preview. We're playing AS Chance. I quite like their badge when it's on their kit, but when it's on the kind of back of the screen, it doesn't come through as well. We're playing at their stadium. 1,970 tickets sold. 30 of them apparently are going to be our travelling fans. as is tradition, let's clear all this, clean slate, and pick some players. So keeper-wise, Pujol should start. He's the best, apparently. Right back, let's have... Nope. Let's play Bon. Paul Cox apparently is better, but Bon, trust, will ease Cox in. On the left, Lamb is away on international duty for the Austral Islands, so Ben Thomas will start on the left. In the centre, we are going to have Galmola and Fred Saubier. I am worried about the centre of defence again. I'm increasingly thinking we've not actually strengthened particularly well, but the first couple of games will let us know. On the right, although Minan's not rated as highly as Logan Frey, we know Minan can bang him in, so he's going to get the start. On the left, Bauman will start because Manuel is away. The Mazzala positions, so Spearling, Kerr and Higgins are all away, which gives Hewitt a chance to start. And then in the more sort of central midfield position, we'll have Jean-Baptiste Moreau start and Monier can be on the bench to cover. Up front, Tamangara and Kerr and any of those ones striking away. So we'll have Luckman Chidi start and Wallace. Charpentier can go on the bench, as can Maggie, as can Cox and Monier. Logan Frey. Chabert is there. And Taylor can go there. And we've actually filled the first team in the bench for the first game of the season, even though the Atoll Championship's taken a good core of our team away. Let's see how we do. I realise this video is going on because I've been nattering on, but it's been a while since I recorded the season summary this morning. It's been a while since I've actually played a match, so I'm really looking forward to it. I've been playing on a separate save whilst I've been doing different things. I've not been able to actually sit down at my computer. Let's just wait and see, won't we? So Mikael Muller is the captain. Don't even know who that is. So this is the Ace Chance kind of national stadium, so it looks a bit big. 20,000 seater. Oh, I've been moving. Oh no. Bon with the diving header to try and clear it. And it came straight back in. Yeah, I mean, Paul got a hand to it, but a little unfortunate. Yeah, I've been messing around with the size of this because I stream sometimes to my wife's iPad that I've kind of borrowed off her. The resolution changes, so I've been messing around with that to try and get things I need to see on the actual iPad screen. And also, who goes on the top and who goes on the bottom of these two is the kind of who's home, who's away, so I have to keep moving it around a bit to make sure I can see the things I want to see. Thomas. Come on, Muller. Hewitt. Moreau. Good ball through. Releases Bauman. Reasonable move. Again, if we lose, we're losing to a team that have won title in the past few seasons, have got the best. Ooh. Deflected wide. I've got the best kind of youth facilities. Go on, Bon. Minan. Wallace. Come on. Tamangara would have just nodded that in. He wouldn't have even needed to jump. Yeah, I need to move this as well. On to Minan. We're producing chances. Go on, Bauman. Go on, Minan. That was good play, spreading it wide. Go on, Bon. Straight into the defender. That was their counter-attack. Got that Vigler guy. Ooh. So he's just going to send him straight off? Oh no. Apparently we're being punished enough with the Vigler. Hands on hips. Oh well. I mean, it was a clear penalty. I don't think we can really complain about that, can we? Is the league table up? So we have been generally kind of edging it in terms of some of the match stats. Just not being able to finish them off. I mean, 2-0 seems like a harsh scoreline. Let's go for a better showing. There's no one really to bring off like the sharpness. Isn't great, but it is like the first match of the season. I think On might have to come off there soon, because he has been just smacking it into the first player. He's not been very good in terms of the attack. He's also very frustrated. He's probably going to get bucked soon. One of the things I tried to do as well in the off-season, I didn't mention it before the start of the game, was to set up some friendlies. So there was a comment from one of the viewers about maybe trying to set up matches with teams in France, because of the links that French Polynesia's got with France, and that Tahiti's got with France. So I tried to set a few up. Tried to set some up with PSG, which would be nice. And a few smaller teams in League and things like that. So I set up a few to see what would happen, and they all came up with the same message. That was poor defending. Yeah, we're not winning this one, are we? Welcome to Premiership football. Yeah, that's a bit sloppy. So what we'll do is we'll put Cox on there. Let's bring on Logan down the right. Chabert on for Luckman, because Luckman's not done much. I mean, he's been pretty anonymous. Yes, I tried to set up these friendlies, but I got the message saying that the teams were likely to think it's too far away for a friendly, even PSG. And the part of the kind of the friendly screen where it tells you how much you're going to pay and how much you're going to make, it was telling me we'd have to pay them a fee of about £45,000, and we could make maybe £2,000 in revenue. So it wouldn't have actually been a money spinner for us. But I went ahead with it anyway to see if I could get them to come, and they all rejected. So I thought, well, what about somewhere that's a little bit closer? So technically, New Zealand, Australia, geographically closer than trying to bring a team in from France, as far as I'm aware. Go on, Chabert. Get us something. First Premiership goal for the Wings, scored by Jean-Marc Chabert. Coolly done. Yeah, 3-1's harsh, but we didn't deserve to win it. So it's nice to get it on the score sheet. But yeah. So yeah, I tried these friendlies with Australia and New Zealand. Teams at the top, teams at the bottom, with like their league structures. All of them said it was too far. All of them. So we just played our normal kind of friendlies. I think we played the Hanger Vines and the Shellfish, so from the Gambier Islands. It's one of the problems with the database, and it's too far away for everyone. Not happy, get better, even though actually it could be worse. So I'm not going to play another match. We'll end this episode here. Next one will be against Mopeha, and then we've got Chance in the Cup, where we'll probably lose. I'll probably not focus on the Cups unless we get to one of the later stages, just because it's all about the Premiership this season. It's all about making sure we survive, and if we do really well, see if we can make a cheeky run into the UCL, but probably mainly just about survival. So thanks for watching, thanks for listening to me ramble, and I will see you for the next episode.